Hey folks, so this is the game prototype that I'm working on at the moment, which is a simulation of Gitaroo Man for the PS2. If you're not familiar, this is a music game. The idea is that you have to rotate the analog stick to follow this green line, and then when you see a note hit the center, you have to hold down the button and play the bit of guitar. So you can see it can get quite wonky and hard to follow, but that's all part of the challenge. The tricky part in Godot is actually generating all of these lines. We're starting with the trace line, which is the green line that you follow. Obviously, very simple to put a path follower on that and just have the camera and UI go down it. But to make it visible, the path 2D has to be tessellated into a line 2D. So we take the path 2D, we break it down into points that approximate its shape, and then we pass those into the curve of a line 2D to actually render it on screen. For the notes to be aligned along it, I think the simplest thing is to create more line 2Ds based on the trace line. So those different points that are across it, we take a point from here and then say all the points up to this point on the line, and we turn that into a line of its own which represents the note. And then you can just align a image of the end cap and an image of the circle at the beginning and end, and you get a good approximation of the game itself. So if we go into Godot, you can see here I've drawn a path 2D. In code, that gets tessellated and turned into the actual trace line. And then at the moment, these notes are being generated based off a scene which contains like the images and a line 2D of its own. The tricky part is that the tessellation at the moment doesn't have very high resolution. I think there is an option to increase it or do it differently to create more points, which will give us a higher resolution line and allow us to put more notes along it. Also, the end caps are misaligned because the resolution is low, so there's not many points along the curves, and it's not aligning correctly because of that. When it tries to figure out the direction it should be rotated to. But it's a pretty good start. You see we hold down the button, that changes the color, but obviously there's a long way to go and a lot more to do, but it's a good start.